all you subscribers of BAM Collectibles. I hear you're about to see an awesome Luffy statue. I will be watching too because I'm interested to see the statue. I love Luffy. I hope you enjoy the statue, and yeah, keep watching because it's awesome.
Thank you so much, Colleen. You do a fantastic job at voicing Luffy in the English dub version of One Piece. Welcome back to BAM Collectibles, and I'm super stoked today to be able to showcase to you a statue that represents all 4 gears of Luffy, and in my opinion, one of the greatest statues of him. It's not the largest, but definitely one of the greatest, made by BP Studio. On the front, we'll see Luffy's name and the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 representing the gears, and then a very cool Straw Hat Pirates logo or coin on the back. Surprisingly, this base is actually not as heavy as you would imagine, even though it's really large. I think a lot of the rocks on the base are actually hollow inside. The large flat surface in the back will soon be filled with a very large effect piece. I know I said that the base wasn't as heavy as I thought it was, but this dang giant tidal wave that I'm going to be attaching to the base is freakishly heavy. It attaches to the base via that strong steel rod, and then also the notch in the bottom that fits into those grooves at that back side of the base. Very nice clear resin. I love the different shading from dark to light blue going to the top. This absolutely huge Gear 3 fist is going to be the very backbone of the statue. It is actually perfect to do a fist pump. Towards the very top of this piece, you will see the shoulder socket of Luffy, which will be used to attach to him later with that tiny steel rod. They did an absolute masterful job with the paint job and sculpt. It's really cool. You can see the veins on the side there, but I love the colorations of both the black and purple and how they blend together so nicely on this. Gear 4 fist coming in just as large and in charge as the Gear 3 was. Once again, I am speechless for the paint application on this fist and just the overall massivity size of this thing. Just like Gear 3 is going to be, it is considered to be one of the backbone pieces on the statue that holds together a lot of different things and allows it to connect. The square sections you see on the side will later be used to attach some dust particles and rubble. So I got a little bit of inside information for you. If you're into One Piece content statues, I have a Gear 4 quarter scale 3-foot tall Luffy statue coming in the future when it releases. Stay tuned. I cannot wait to share that with everybody. It will not be one from my personal collection, but it will be a close friend of mine and of the channel, so very excited to share that with everybody. This is also one of many effect pieces that will be attached to the statue from Gear 3 coming crashing into the rocks. Next is an awesome dynamic looking flag that is going to attach to the right side of the base and is actually going to be used to allow Gear 2 Luffy to attach safely. Zooming in, we'll see some very cool textures were added all throughout the flag as well. Gear 2 coming in looking nice, hot, and steamy. What's extremely cool about this sculpt is it has a level of transparency almost to it when we get close up. It's as if it was casted in clear resin. Maybe a little bit of orange dye was added to it, but I'm just blown away at how they brought this to life. And also all these little kind of steam particles and effects were sculpted separately. At least about 5 or 6 of them were, and you attach them individually. All of the yellow belts or sashes that Luffy wears for each gear is actually sculpted separately and added on via a magnet. For now, I'm going to take this off because the installation process is a bit tricky and I don't want it to accidentally fall off, break, or snap. To further accent the awesomeness of the Gear 3 crashing down into the rocks, like I had mentioned, there's going to be some of these fiery effect pieces that they had sculpted. Now, a question that I have for the viewers is, this is regular resin that was painted on to look like fire, but should they have maybe casted this in clear resin instead? Would it have looked better overall? To me, it does actually make it look a bit too busy, but that's my personal opinion. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are on it. As I've said so far, this statue is one of the most impressive statues I've ever seen in person, but it's also one of the most pain in the butt to put together. This cloud particle piece that we're going through right here is literally one of the trickiest things I've ever had to install on a statue. That notch with the magnet that we just saw actually attaches to the Gear 3 fist towards the bottom, and then the very top portion rests on the top of the wave. I wanted to turn this sideways so I could show you how everything is angled. Once that magnet's in there, it does stay. It's a little bit wobbly, but as long as it's resting on that top of the wave, it shouldn't go anywhere. For those of you that don't know, BP Studio is actually the same studio that produces some of the Naruto statues that I share on the channel, made by Singularity Workshop. As you can see, taking a step back, this Gear 4 Luffy is pretty big. Because his hair is rather pointy, thankfully they did sculpt the head sculpt separate, and his straw hat also comes on with a nice magnet and keeps it all into place. You'll see this right side cavity here. That is going to later be used to attach to the dust cloud. Again, his sash is included separate. This one actually is not on with a magnet. It kind of just sits in there and friction holds it into place. This is the second cloud particle. You'll see on the very bottom there's a large steel rod. That is going to go into the shoulder area, the socket of the Gear 4 Luffy. With that installed, here comes the hardest and most difficult installation of a statue that I've ever had to do. So I'm going to take off his head and his hat to make sure that those are safe. And this socket up top here has to connect over here on that side. And then also, obviously, his shoulder needs to connect to the large fist in the center. But it's almost as if I needed 3 hands while doing this. I'll try to show you how I went about it. As deceiving as my videos might be, this actually took about 30 or 40 takes to get this in on camera correctly. So you have to connect that top cloud particle first a little bit, and then a little bit with the shoulder socket, and keep on connecting them both slowly until they do actually take, stick, and firmly hold into place. Next up, we're going to be decorating that Gear 4 fist a little bit more with some effect pieces of the dust cloud, the rock and rubble, and it really does kind of take what's going on to the next level and make it even more dynamic. Gear 1 Luffy coming in with a pretty awesome pose. Now this is really scary because other than the head being sculpted separately, everything is one giant piece. I would have thought that they would have taken that long extended leg, maybe sculpted it separately, attached it with a magnet, but no, they were gutsy enough to sculpt this whole thing, and the textures, details all throughout are just immaculate. He connects with that little kneecap there. It'll go right onto the base, but absolutely phenomenal how accurate and good this looks. For those installing this, be careful with the red vest. That does like to brush up against the white cloud, which does not go well. Gear 3 Luffy is nothing but perfection. We can see that little socket there in the shoulder, which will later connect to the large black and purple fist. And hair, head sculpt, hat, everything was just executed so well. His sash is connected via a magnet just like Gear 2. The statue does not come with a certificate of authenticity. Instead, it has this edition size coin. We can see it is number 345 of 666 sold. That's actually a very large edition size. That's a lot to be made for an unlicensed statue. Also came with this cool acrylic coin stand so you can display it proudly right next to the statue. With everything now assembled and together, I have to say this is one of the most beautiful works of art I've ever seen. How they balance all 4 gears together on this statue is just absolutely mind-blowing. Thank you so much to my members. The intro that we had in this video that had the actual English voice actor of Luffy is able to happen because of amazing people like you that give back in a way that allows me to pursue opportunities like that. So thank you so much for all that you do. Well, everybody, here it is, Monkey D. Luffy, all 4 gears displayed on one statue in a masterful way. I am so happy to be able to showcase and share this on my channel. I definitely don't have enough One Piece content, but thank goodness for friends that are able to share statues, and I'm able to showcase awesome statues like this. If you did enjoy this video and enjoy statue unboxings and showcases, be sure to hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you do not miss any future content coming for Naruto, One Piece, Bleach, Fullmetal Alchemist, and so on. It's going to be a great time. Thank you so much for checking out my video. And as always, everybody, do what you love and love what you do. Bam out.